to this video. This is DGC and you are viewing another Linux style video, but this is on a program called ClamAV, and this is the Fedora commands, but it won't matter too much on your chosen distro. My chosen distro is obviously Fedora, but it slightly might change with the slight tweaking of the commands for your chosen distro. But all the links will be in the description below for the YouTube style of this video, or for the YouTube distribution of this video. If you are viewing me on TikTok, please do go to the YouTube video and all the links will be there. But anyway, let's get on with this video. But before we do, let's just talk about the QR code that you see on the side of the video, the lower hand side. Now this QR code is for a rather large charity called Andy's Man Club. Now Andy's Man Club is a mental health male-oriented charity. They do host a women's oriented charity. I think it's called Wellbeing Women. Now both charities work exactly the same. They are run by purely volunteers and they are a registered UK charity. So and this charity hosts meets all across the UK, over 300 different meets or clubs, separate clubs, with over 6,500 attendees, and it's got over 3,500 volunteers volunteering for the well-being of fellow man and also women for their mental health, where you go down and you just simply chat to like-minded people with your tales, with your life problems, with everything. It doesn't matter what your background is, these guys are fully welcome to anybody who seeks help. Many of the meets, or all of the meets, are held nationwide, and they start from 7 PM every Monday till about 9:30. And so all you go to here is you go to find your local group, put in your postcode. So let's just say Manchester. I'm not going to actually put in my postcode, but Manchester, and you see a load of clubs there. So you just pick your club that you want to go down to, and it tells your local club. So Huddersfield, you've got one in Huddersfield, you've got one in Burnley, you've got one in Blackburn, you've got one in Wigan, you've got one in Bolton, you've got one everywhere. You've got one even in South Warrington, and you've got one in North Warrington, I think. Yep, North Warrington. You've got one in Runcorn, Macclesfield, and these are opening up very fast. Every single week there's more. But anyway, that's all that is for Andy's Man Club. So please do help them out and click that QR code. It will help a lot of your fellow man and women to fight against mental health. Right, so anyway, so this ClamAV is a antivirus software, and it's very lightweight, extremely lightweight, and there's two versions. There is a terminal version and there is also a GUI version, or a UI version should I say, and I am running the GUI version, but also you do actually have to install the terminal version as well, because backhand of the software does run in terminal mode. So let's just have a look at these commands. So you get your basic installation, so command line or terminal line thing. So it's a single threaded reloads database each scan, optimal scans, clone jobs, and simple setups. You got your ClamD daemon scan, which is a command line client, and you've got multi-threaded based kept in memory. Scans frequent scans never server environments, performs critical workflows, and you've got your GUI scan, which is a graphical desktop scan. Uses clam scan backend, so it uses that backend, and desktop users prefer GUI tools over terminal commands, which is what I basically do. I prefer GUI sort of thing because, hey, sitting here looking at fancy graphics and well, I've got a tower here that's RGB, so obviously I like fancy graphics and stuff like that. So what you actually have to do is you have to first set this ClamAV up by entering just a simple line or a simple series of terminal commands. So let's just have a look at the terminal. So here's the terminal. Here's my console with a K, because I'm using the KD desktop, and you just copy that in, copy, paste, and then press enter, and then it enters in. I'm not going to do it because it will crash my system. Oh no, it won't crash my system, it will totally disregard this scan, which what I did last time. But you just follow the commands, everything, and it is a very simple setup. There's no need to download anything or anything like that. But also what you can actually do, if you don't want to do this, you can go over to your Flatpak manager and just search clam or ClamAV, and it will show up with the ClamTK, or also you've got the ClamUI, which I did download, I did test, but I couldn't get the daemon part working for some weird reason, and then when I did get it working it crashed, so I don't know what the hell that was all about. But I just went straight onto this website, which will be in the link in the description below, and just followed the commands, everything here, and you download the GUI. Just simply put in, so this is how you download the install the GUI. So just simply putting them two commands in, and it just uploads the GUI. You may actually have to do this. This is what the other thing that I had to do was set a group user, and that just enables the backend to talk to your user account, because as many of us know, Linux is a very locked down OS. Some very locked down more than others. So if you have a especially very locked down system, you will have to do this. If it will let you, if that, some ones don't really allow you to do that. I think I had a major problem with CachyOS with enabling groups and users and everything like that, and it just didn't want to work. It didn't even want to install my graphics card driver for some weird reason, you know, update my graphics card. It just didn't want to do that. Oops, what am I doing now? But anyway, so this thing is scanning, and once it's scanned, I will come back in a very short cut, because this may take quite a few hours, and I do have to pop out for an hour or two. So I'll leave this to scan, and we will be back once this scanned, so I can show you the rest part of this software, and we can have a wholesome video. So I will be back very soon. Right, so we're back many hours later, and as you see, we have managed, or should I say I have managed to finish off the scan. It took about 5-6 hours to complete, and it scanned 1,698,396 files, and out of them many files it found 346 possible threats. And here, as you can see, here's the results. So all of these are threats, are possible threats. So we have an option of quarantining them, deleting them, or analyzing them. I might just for this quarantine them and then delete them after if say like if it's important files or something like that, but I'll quarantine them. So actually I think they are all quarantined. Or do you have to do every single one of them? Do you have to do every single one? So we have to do every single one. Is there any way to highlight all of them? Let's just see. Oh no. Right. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to do every single one of these, which is going to be fun. Right, so I will be back as soon as I've quarantined these. Right, so after about 20 minutes going through every single one of these 346 quarantine files, I had to click on every single one of these and quarantine them. Now you can actually click on one of them and see what, no you can't actually, you could actually click on them and before you quarantined them and seeing what the analyzed file is. So it lets you know what the sort of file is. But anyway, right, so that's done. Close that. Right, so as I said before in the earlier section that I was going to run through this program with you, and this program is really basic. I mean utterly basic. From what I can see, actually it's quite advanced in some ways, like scanning your complete 4 hard drives all in one. That's why it took about 6 hours to bloody scan. Well actually no, it took 12 hours because the first 6 hours it scanned it for 6 hours, then it ended up cancelling it and I had to rescan it, but luckily it only took about 6 hours to scan the rest of the hard drive. Oh, the hard drive, should I say. But as you see here, we've got settings, so you can actually set the scan for PULAs, use heuristic scanning, use heuristic scanning, right, what does that mean? Right, so scanning for PULAs is detected packages, binaries, passwords, recoveries and tools and more. Right, scan files beginning with dot, scan files particularly hidden from view. Right, so it's got scan files larger than 20 megabytes, scan large files which are typically not examined, which is good. Scan directories reservedly, scan all files and directories within a directory, so it completely scans directories and subdirectories. Scan, check for updates to this program. Check online for application and signature updates. So they're the 4 settings that they're the handful of settings that you've got there. Whitelist is certain directories. I think it's certain directories that it won't scan, so you can add a directory in there and say, right, I don't want you to scan the documents file. I don't want you to scan, say, like my games directory. I don't want you to scan the downloads file for some weird reason if you wanted to do that. I don't want it to scan the subdirectory to a program file, whatever it is, so you can put it in there. Network is where you can put your environmental settings or set manually, but if anyone has any more information on what that exactly does, I don't know. Scheduler, so you can set your schedule, so you can say, right, well, I want it to scan 3 o'clock in the morning, right, so I want it to scan then, so it will automatically basically scan home directories then. So schedule scan at 3 o'clock, and then I want signature updates 3 o'clock, so we can do that. Right, so it's automatically received updates, so you can set a schedule in there. History is your history of what it actually scanned, so it basically all, I think, all, yeah, directories scanned, so it's got all these directories that it scanned, absolutely a load of directories. You've obviously got your quarantine files, so you've got all the quarantine files here, and you can say, right, I want them to restore all of these files, which I do not. So you can just click on one, press delete, and it deletes the file, which I might actually go through all them files in a minute. Then you've got updates, so that's when it's last that's its last antivirus signature, and that's when it last did the signature, so it was today. File assistant, so it will automatically receive updates on this. My computer automatically receives updates. And then you've got scan file, so you can individually scan a certain file, so you've got that. Scan directories, so you can actually scan individual directories in this. So the file one is scanning individual files, the directory one is scanning individual directories. Analyze, so you can analyze any file, I think, on here. So you can say, right, well, I want to analyze, say, like that, so it will scan it for all these like databases and see if there's any danger of the file. So that's good. Right, so that is ClamTK antivirus scanner. Yeah, this has been one hell of a video to make. I'm very sorry if it's a bit jaunted, a bit cringy, a bit all over the place, but I have been working at this all day, well, probably actually the last 2 days. I hope you enjoy it, and anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time on another video. Don't forget to scan that QR code, help AMC out and his man club. Visit the links in the description below. Please do follow, like, sub, and view all of my other videos. And if you have any comments, please do comment them back down below, and I will get to you back to you as soon as I can. But anyway, thank you for watching. Bye for now. Bye.